Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of 9-9. We are your hosts, Man of Stage, with
Saren Prince.
And together we are Bridge Boys Broadcasting. Welcome and thank you for tuning in. For those of you who are joining us from here, hey, it's great to have you. From those of you who are picking up from the tail end of episode 3, welcome back.
This background scene is awesome.
It is. I love the pose, the color scheme and everything with the chess pieces. 10 on 10. Fantastic background. We definitely got a lot of interesting information at the very end of episode 3 as well. We've got the whole setup with the player character being an artifact wielder, which breaking the fourth wall.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, well, the player character technically is the same person, but the player himself is also a guy.
Touche, you're right. Because Kakeru is the player character, but the player is also...
is Overlord.
Or 9, as Sophie/Edis. Spoilers if you haven't watched episode 3, but I don't know why you're starting here.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you haven't watched episode 1, 2, and 3, you're probably going to be real confused. Well, maybe not. Maybe this game will actually do one of the catch-up things as It
probably will, as long as we don't have to start from the whole beginning with Shiro Mitsugawa is Mobius Ring, there was an earthquake.
Please click new game and have it be Shiro Mitsugawa is.
All right, well, let's find out. I don't think this is Shiro Mitsugawa is.
Please.
Hi, konnichiwa. Soretomo konbanwa kashira?
Well, one of these is accurate for you, not for me.
I was about to say, actually, aren't both of these accurate for us?
Not yet, not for me.
11:59, still waking up in the morning.
I was about to say. I'm only on my second cup of coffee, don't give me that.
かけるの世界の目が不完全なせいでしょうね。あなたを見つけるの、本当に大変なのよ。無事にまたつながってよかったわ。
And it only cost me however much I paid for this game.
さっき、あなたにとってはさっきじゃないかもしれないけれど、別にどうでもいいわね。そんな細かい話は。以上と言ったけれど、あなたが本格的に運命への介入を始める前に確認させてほしいことがあるの。簡潔に聞くわ。あなた、オーバーロードを使いこなせていないでしょう。
Well, actually, I've been playing a lot of General Zero Hour, and I've gotten pretty good with the Tank General.
Oh, hey, there you go. Okay, I guess she didn't appreciate that.
Alright.
相変わらず反応が薄いわね。おぼろげに戸惑いが伝わってくるけれど。ま、確認するまでもないわね。オーバーロードを完全に掌握していたのなら、私の接触に戸惑うはずがないし。あなたの今までの干渉の仕方から、無数の枝を自由に観測することもできないんじゃないかしら。違う？
Nope, it's pretty linear.
Huh.
You think it would have us jumping around?
Actually, I kind of think... That gives me a theory about the next... Anyway, let's keep going.
Oh, about the new episode?
Yeah.
Actually? Okay, I see where you're going with that, and that would make a lot of sense for how the new episode supposedly works. In theory. I don't know for sure, but yeah.
質問しても無意味ね。
Oh, sorry.
意思疎通が困難な時点で使いこなせていないのは明白。
We can't even see you.
You can't see me.
オーバーロードは言い伝え通りのスペックならば世界の目の完全な上位互換なのよ。
Wait, do all of the artifacts come with a spec sheet?
つまり、
You know they probably have their own trading cards.
あなたにもできるはず。いえ、できなくちゃいけないのよ。何せ、あなたは世界の支配者なんだから。
Oh, sweet. I got a holographic first edition evil eye.
Man, I got another Light Yourself on Fire.
オーバーロードの使い手が情けないままじゃがっかりなのよね。私としては。というわけで、連動をあげるわよ。私が手伝ってあげる。意思疎通ができないことは、まあいいわ。 さして重要じゃない。
I beg to differ with my experience with this channel.
干渉できていないこと。
I was about to say, communication issues are our biggest issue, but usually that's because of lag.
私がどうやって他の枝を認識しているのか、そのイメージをあなたに伝えるわ。集中して。行くわよ。
Oh no, we whited out. Whoa.
Ow. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Nani?
Okay. Well, hang on. I gotta rearrange stuff on my desk because I wasn't counting on using the mouse.
Wow. So it's literally all of the timelines. Yeah.
Yep, it sure is.
Is literally every possible outcome of all of the games. Oh, wow. They actually have thingies for all of them?
Yeah, it sure seems like that.
どうかしら。何か変化はあった？
A little confusion.
Why do I smell copper?
どうやらつかめたようね。
Well, kind of. I have to lean away from the microphone to get to the mouse, so that's not ideal, but it's fine.
よかった。これで伝わらなかったら、なぜこんなボングをオーバーロードが選んだのかしらって。
Hey, I'm not talentless.
I'm lamenting the fact that I don't have arms like Stretch Armstrong.
それじゃ、
Oh, I
次
love
の
that
ステップ
guy.
よ。
He was one of the first people on the
任
moon,
意
you
の
know?
枝に干渉する。どの枝に干渉するかは、私から指定させてもらうわ。
You're thinking of the guy who plays the trumpet.
Satramo?
No, that's a woodland cryptid.
We're so stupid.
4月17日。時刻は、そうね、19時頃がいいかしら。そう。私とカケルが初めて会った日よ。その時点の私に全てを伝えてほしいの。オーバーロードのこと、そしてもう一人の私、イーリスのことを。
Hey, give us a spoiler alert.
なぜかはやればわかるわ。とにかくお願いね。もし私が信じなかったら。
I was about to ask that, actually.
She's laughing, I'm afraid.
こう言ってちょうだい。10歳の時におねしょをしたって。これ言わなくてもよかったかしら。でも私の性格上素直に信じると思えないのよね。とにかく頼んだわよ。残念だけど干渉の仕方は私では教えられない。世界の目にそんな力はないから。ああ、そうだ。干渉を終えたら次は今の私を呼んで。私からは呼ばないわよ。あなたから私を呼ぶの。
Is there just going
Is
to be
now
a button in the
then?
corner? When? Now? Where? How?
Missed it.
さあ、いつでもどうぞ。これがオーバーロードを御す第一歩。しっかりね、ない？
Get my 6-9. Oh, we have choices. I wasn't expecting to have choices.
What?
This is more complicated than I thought.
Okay, I'll be honest. This is actually, so I can say it now. This is what I thought the next one would be like. The second she said, "Have you mastered it?" No. I was like, the next one, we're just going to be hopping from timeline to timeline, having a good ending for every game. Because they all had iffy endings.
Yeah, you are right.
Like, yeah. So I thought it would be like, hop to Miyako's timeline and have time with Miyako because we really didn't. And then defeat everyone because no one got defeated in that timeline. And then hopping to Sora's timeline and defeating Yoichi. And then hopping to, well, same, you know, with all of them. Like actually doing it so that we solve all of the problems on all the timelines.
Ah, that would make sense. Also, we have the illusion of choice right now.
We do.
What happens if we click back on her? Can we? No, we can't. Okay. Never mind. All right. Well, Miyako. Ooh, it's blue now. Whoa! I think I'm gonna hurl.
ありがとうございました。
Oh, thank God. For a second, I thought it really was going to be Shiro Mitsugawa.
I would have loved it.
I finish my meal and exit the cafe. Weekday or weekend, this town is dead at night. There are more shops here than around my folks' place, but things are just as deserted here as they are there. Hardly any cars pass through the streets late at night, so on a whim, I decide to live a little dangerously and go walk down the middle of the road. Oh no, it's an Isuke. This is the kind of freedom that I have now. Sure, I only started living on my own so that Sora could have her bratty way, but nowadays, I've adjusted to this lifestyle so much that the idea of going back to live with my folks just sounds like a pain in the ass. I decide to take the long way back home to burn off some calories. I'm right next to the shrine, and I figure I might as well go inside while I'm here, so I step through the imposing gate. Not a trace of the festival remains. The shrine has been returned to its usual somber mood. Also, it's pretty darn creepy in the dark. I've got no real business here, so I guess it's about time I head back. I swear, I'm not scared. Honest.
Whoa.
I know Kung Fu. I pick up on a dark shadow out of the corner of my eye and give a little jump. Oh, okay, just a cat. No, wait. What is it? I get closer to confirm, and that's how we die.
A plushie?
Some anime merch, I guess? Pretty, unconventional. I guess if I wanted to be nice, I could call it interesting. Yeah, it has a pretty interesting design. Must have been dropped by a festival goer or a staff member. Damn, this thing had me spooked good. I reach over to move it over to a spot where someone is more likely to see it when... Oh, hey, we're installing the memories right now. My brain. My head aches. Oh, God, that's been me all week. A flood of memories pour into my brain.
What the hell? Damn it.
I'm utterly confused. Artifacts, users, overlord, a host of words I'm unfamiliar with. But now I understand. I understand what those words all mean. And I understand what it is I must do now. It looks like I've become a different version of me. It's a creepy feeling. But I guess it's because they're my memories, even if they're not ones that I've personally experienced. The dissonance soon fades, and a sense of familiarity begins to set in. Be that as it may, the confusion I'm feeling still remains. It's like I've gotten booted into some fantastical world after living a life of supreme mediocrity. Yeesh. Anyway.
It's like really every VN protagonist.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Unless you're in a romantic comedy, in which case the stakes are a little bit different, but it's still pretty applicable. Anyway, I better hurry and get things done. Start shaking plushie. Sophie!
Sophie!
Oh wait, it's accurate. Sophie wriggles ever so slightly in my hand. She's unnerved. That's understandable. Truth be told, so am I. There's a part of me calling myself an idiot for talking to a plushie, and there's another part of me who's confident that this same plushie is a visitor from another world. Let's not forget the part of me that's thinking I've gone batshit crazy, of course.
You can drop the plushie act.
I speak to her as I change the locale. I place Sophie down in an area that's hard to see from the entrance of the shrine, and take a seat beside her.
No, you needn't be weary either. I'm on your side. I know all about the artifacts, the users, and your objective. Retrieve the evil eye and stop the other you. Isn't that right, Iris?
Surprise, wrong plushie.
Huh?
No response at all. I even tacked on that "isn't it right" for style points, but she's not giving me a single response. Wait, am I actually going batshit? Maybe.
Hey, Sophie-san, if it isn't too much to ask, I would appreciate an answer. Right about now.
Zero response. Crap. Maybe I should get checked at the hospital. I might have a brain tumor or something. It's not a tumor.
He's not the Duma.
Of course. Okay, well, what
Yeah.
other reference are you supposed to make in this situation? She sighs. Finally, some feedback. Thank God. I actually am sane. Well, that's generous.
警戒するなと言われてもね。
She says in a languid tone as she begins to float up. I can feel that she's glaring daggers at me, but her static doll expression makes it hard for me to tell.
なぜ知っているの？私がイーリスだと。その名はとうの昔に捨てたというのに。
I heard it straight from the source, straight from future you.
あなた、何を言っているの？
Overlord, I have memories of the future.
I could see the future, but I had to die a lot.
警戒を解きたいのなら、そんな荒唐無稽な嘘をつくべきではなかったわね。
It's no lie. You can observe the me in a different branch. You'd be taking a completely different course of action right now.
そのようね。
The version of you I know isn't the one from now, it's the one from further in the future. But you can't see the future with World's Eye. The only artifact that can do that is...
オーバーロード。
Well, there you have it. Have I convinced you? Still no. Well, you forced my hand.
Recap episode.
Your future self also told me one other thing. She said to tell you this if you don't believe me.
Oh, I see, the bedwetting. That's what it was.
何？
You wet the bed when you were 10.
Okay, so the up and down floating, she does that optionally. You've made editing harder for me for no good reason. Okay, well, you don't have to take it that hard. Sophie's body suddenly jolts one moment and falls limply to the ground the next. Did she desync with her illusory body? I've never seen Sophie so shaken up over something before.
I'm imagining the desync, screen from Assassin's Creed.
That's exactly what I was thinking too when you said that.
Hey, you all right?
I'm going back in. Yep, she reconnected. She apparently comes back to her senses as she leaps up at an amazing speed and comes to a halt in front of me.
あなた、なんでそんなことを知って、誰から、いや、必死に隠蔽したから誰も知らないはず。
Oh no, she's going to have to kill us now.
どうしてそんなこと知ってるのよ。
Like I said, I heard it straight from the source.
言うはずがない。
Well, then explain why I know.
まさかお母様かお父様が気づいていて。
Our worlds have been disconnected from another for like 1,000 years until today's earthquake, right? Even if your parents did notice your little, incident and kept it a secret, they'd have no way to tell me. I wasn't even born 1,000 years ago.
もう。
She lets out an extremely deep sigh. Her wary and strained demeanor starts to loosen up.
認めるしかないわね。どうやら未来の私は秘密を打ち明けるくらいにはあなたを信用しているって。
I like how that's the most devastating thing. Not confirming the fact that a legendary artifact is real, not confirming the fact that we've seen the future through multiple branches. No, just the fact that she's wet the bed. Okay.
それと説明するまでもなくこちらの事情を理解しているみたいね。
Oh, yeah, the future Sophie told me to tell you everything. I guess we can skip the stuff about Overlord. Oh, and then now as far as Iris.
待って、場所を移しましょう。
Yeah, good idea. Probably not the best place to discuss this.
あなたの家はすぐ近く。
Yeah, let's go.
ちゃんとついていくから運ぼうとしなくていいわよ。
Okay, bye. Nimbly dodging the advances of my hand, Sophie disappears into thin air. Oh, right. I kind of forgot she could do that. I have memories of it, but actually seeing it happen is still pretty spooky.
All right, let's get back.
I sigh and stand up. My future memories. Yeah, it still feels hella weird. I get back home and take a breather with a cup of tea, when suddenly... There's a rift in space, and Sophie pops out from it.
で、イーリスが
She gets straight to the point with no lead-up. I tell her everything per future Sophie's instructions. I tell her about my future memories of the different branches brought about by Overlord. I tell her about Iris, about the Evil Eye. Even though none of these memories feel real, I tell her everything as if giving a second-hand account.
なるほどね。あの女もこの世界に。最悪ね。予想はしていたけれど、当たってほしくなかったわ。腹の探り合いをしている場合じゃないみたいね。まだあなたのことは信用できないけれど、未来の私を信じることにする。
Okay, ow, that's kind of mean.
助けてくれるかしら。あなたの力が必ず必要になる。何よその顔は。
The Sophie I remember is more, well, bratty. I can't believe I'm seeing you ask so nicely.
あなた、性格悪いって言われない？
No.
My bad. It's just not the reaction I was expecting, so sorry. It caught me off guard.
で、どうなの？手伝ってくれるの？
First choice, no. Everything goes sideways.
I will. I mean, I have no choice after all. I had these memories forcibly implanted in me.
Boo.
I've died many times and seen people important to me killed. I don't want to see anything like that in my own reality.
Incidentally, we've also seen people that are important to us, but we haven't actually met in this branch yet.
Oh, yeah. And he's just thinking, yeah, and my sister.
Oh no.
So I'll help out. We have to stop Iris.
ありがとう。
Sophie's gentle voice once again contradicts my memories. I see. This was future Sophie's goal, huh? To build her trust with me at a quicker rate. By doing that, Sophie can skip the needless task of monitoring me. This may be a big enough change to create a new branch. In any case, with my objective complete, it seems like a good idea to report this to future Sophie. Oh, here we go. Ooh. Oh, okay. I guess we're going to be going back and forth like this. We're going to be hopscotching all over the place.
Interesting.
Oh, we can see her now.
あら、
あ
お帰りなさい。さすがオーバーロード。時間の概念なんて関係ないわね。数秒で戻ってくるんだから。大丈夫。疑ってないわよ。あなたがしっかりやり遂げてくれたって。
This means that this is also what Iris looks like.
Yes.
Hmm.
She's got cat eyes. Not quite drill hair, but pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
4月17日の私と接触したことで現れた変化について話す前に、もしかして私の姿見えているんじゃない？
Yes. It's less squid-like than I assumed.
ああ、やっぱりさっきよりも強くつながっているみたいね。あなたの戸惑いと驚きが手に取るようにわかるわ。私からは相変わらずあなたの姿が見えないのは残念だけど、多分これはこっちの問題ね。世界の目の限界。
Mostly, I'm confused about if the zipper goes all the way down the front, then why is there the little frill at the bottom? Do you have to, like, pull up the frill and then zip the rest of it up, or how does that work?
A very good question. Incidentally, why is there not a Sophie route?
You know, that's a really good question, but I guess the same could be said with why is there not a Satsuki route?
Who?
The teacher.
Oh, yeah. Valid question.
Mm-hmm. Because I know that's been a recurring question we've seen in the comments. When's the teacher route?
Mhm.
And you know what? I would go with it. I would watch it.
あなたの方
Me
は
too.
オーバーロードの扱いに早速慣れてきたようね。
How does Sophie route even work? Because technically she's in another dimension.
We'd figure out a way to meet halfway.
You're probably right.
それともあなたが私を探してつなげてくれたからかしら。だからつながりが強くなった。ま、なんでもいいわね。無駄話はこれくらいにしておきましょう。
But that's like most of our channel.
4月17日の私と接触したことで、目論見通り私が最初からカケルに協力的な枝が生まれたわ。ただ残念ながら期待通りとはいかなかったわね。大して大きな変化は生まれなかった。観測しかできない私の力では運命に与える影響なんてその程度ということね。けれど観測できる範囲が増えたわ。カケルを監視しなくなったおかげでね。整理しましょう。情報の共有も兼ねて。
I get it.
まず
So
これ、カケルがミヤコと親しくなる枝。
we're gonna hop around past events trying to form a new branch in the future.
Yep, that seems to be right.
おそらくあなたが最初に観測した枝じゃないかしら。鑑賞の仕方が明らかに他の枝とは違うのよね。
Hey, you're the
ど
one
こか
controlling
た
it.
どたどしいというか。
I'm just clicking around to the things that get highlighted.
そのせいか結果も一番芳しくない。魔眼の入手どころか魔眼のユーザーの正体もわからないまま。そしておそらくこれが2番目に観測した枝ね。
Nearly.
空が暴走しかけた枝。
And that's all that happened.
Yep, totally.
あなたが明確に運命に干渉し始めたのがこの枝からなのよ。この枝でカケルは魔眼と対峙することになる。もっともユーザー本人じゃなく減退だったけれど。そして3番目。この枝からあなたはカケルへの干渉を強めている。魔眼のユーザーの正体を必死に伝えようとしているわね。そして運命を操り、カケルの死の運命を否定し続けた。おかげでイーリスを退け、魔眼を入手することができた。さっき話した新たに生まれた枝だけれど、結局この枝に統合されたわ。 何が起こるかカケルが知っていたおかげで私の減退が消失を免れたのと余市が軽傷で済んだことくらいかしら。変化と言えるのは。
So we get a little recap of all the changes we've made. I like it.
でもそのおかげで分かったことがあるの。いえ、見逃していたことに気がついたというのが正しいわね。覚えているかしら、イーリスの言葉を。ノアがアーティファクトの力を発動させた時よ。あの女はこう言ったの。私の魂へ狙いすました一撃と。引っかかってはいたけれど余裕がなくてそのまま忘れてしまっていたのよね。うかつだわ。けれど減退を維持できたおかげでじっくりと観察できた。余市とカケルがイーリスの結界を破った瞬間、わずかにサツキとイーリスの魂が揺らめいていたの。つまりほんのわずかではあるけれど二人の力はサツキとイーリスに届いていたというわけ。もう一人ノアもやすやすと結界を破ってみせたわね。けれど他の二人とは明らかに違った。揺らめいていたのはイーリスの魂だけ。わかるかしら、あの女の言葉通りよ。まさに狙いすま
Does
した
that mean if
一
she
撃。
like build up her power enough, she could like go on to perfect settle that?
Probably.
ノアはサツキの魂を素通りして同調したイーリスの魂だけを狙ってみせたの。
Okay, so that explains the setup for this route. Really, the key to being able to separate them without completely destroying Satsuki is using Yuki's power.
結界さえなければおそらくノアなら。早速で悪いけれどあの枝に飛んでくれるかしら。もしかしたらこれであっさりと終わっちゃうかもしれないわね。頼んだわよ、ナイン。
This is only episode 1. I don't think it's going to be ended that quickly.
Well, not with that attitude.
Well, fine. Then I'll think positive. This is going to be the thing that fixes everything. Shortest series ever. The illusion of choice again.
I mean, technically, it is choice. Singular.
You know what?
私
Fair.
たちの勝利条件はイーリスを先生の体から追い出すこと。世界の目の破壊。本気を出したイーリスの結界は破れない。それなら
Okay. I don't remember the rumbling in the background the last time we did this. That seems new.
ノアちゃん動けますか？ええ、問題ない。やっぱりあなたが鍵だったわね。
Actually, technically, you are.
ごめんなさい。やっと勇気が出せました。悪いことを起こせるならいいことも起こせる。今から起こします。指示してあなたに従う。イーリスの動き止められますか？できる。結界さえなければ。わかりました。九条さん、ソラさん、起きてください。うわ、また気絶してた。ごめんなさい。状況は？今は説明している時間がないので指示通りに動いてください。はい。イーリスは周囲に結界を張って身を守っています。どんな力も通しません。だからソラさん。はい。ソラさんの力でイーリスの結界を消してください。消して、できる？私の力で？できます。今なら。マジか。わかりました。結界が消えたらノアちゃん、イーリスは距離を取ろうとするはずです。ええ、任せて。お願いします。九条さん、 イーリスは世界の目を体内に取り込みました。ノアちゃんが動きを止めたら九条さんの力で奪い取ってください。
ですが、私の力でアーティファクトを奪ってしまったら。
大丈夫です。暴走はさせません。
はい、わかりました。
新見さんに合わせます。合図を待ってください。消えろー！
My fist slips right through the barrier. They managed to nullify it.
器用なことを。
This timing seems bad, but okay.
Hold it!
I shout to stop her. No, that's not what Yuki should be doing right now.
Aim directly at Iris.
She clicks her tongue, a sure sign of trepidation. Yuki should be able to get Iris without hurting Ms. Naruse.
You can get her. Now. Do it! Defeat Iris!
倒す。了解した。
Yuki's eye shines brilliantly. She can do this.
さすがにまずいかし
ら。Ghost!
分かってる。立て直す暇なんて与えねえ。攻めて攻めて攻めまくってやるぜ。九条さん、アシストを。イギリスの視界を奪えますか？
やってみます。G、オーダー、アクティブ。
A surge of power gushes out. Her lightning of judgment speeds toward the defenseless Iris and...
パニッシュ。
Huh. Yuki suddenly freezes in place. Her eyes twitch and a cold sweat forms on her brow. She's acting strange.
ユウキさん。
まさか攻撃を。失礼ね。何もしてないわよ。その子が勝手に死にかけてるだけ。
Damn it.
Yuki had been gritting her teeth to keep consciousness in Iris's domain this entire time. She had been clinging to consciousness while enduring pressure that would normally knock someone out. She's probably using up the most strength here, next to me. She's finally at her limit, but...
Please, Yuki, just hang in there.
先輩、これ以上結界消すのきつ。
こっちもそう長くは持たねえぞ。さっさと仕留めろ。おい！
仕留める。仕留め。私が。
慌てて損しちゃった。準備が整うまで待ってあげてもいいけれど、ごめんなさいね。私せっかちなの。
無理。遠い。射程圏内に入らないと。
近づきたいの？なら私から言ってあげる。
Well, this is about to backfire.
くそ。
Iris starts to disappear from sight. Damn.
それじゃあ。
Well, shit.
Yuki!
さようなら。
Well, that went horrendously wrong.
Oh. It could have gone better.
Probably couldn't have gone worse.
おかえりなさい。見ていたわ。狙いは良かったけれど、失敗ね。
Oh, what? So this is our fault?
あの様子だと、ノアを救ったところで結果は変わりそうにないわね。
Okay, so this is the setup for the entire route. It's like, we gotta make Noah stronger.
Mm-hmm.
残念だけれど、あの枝ではイーリスを倒せない。
Oh shit, we just fucked up that whole branch.
けれど、消せないわね。イーリスが本当に何もしていないのなら、ノアに
I
何
don't
が
think we
あった
messed
の
up
か
the
しら。
branch. I think it's never possible to save that branch. Because Iris will always live. She may get cut off from it because of it going well, but she can never be like truly defeated.
That's true, but I don't think she would be able to come back to that specific branch.
Yeah, she'd be like she was at the end, working through Yoichi.
Yeah, that's true. You bring up a good point. Because that kind of had the best ending of all of them so far, but yeah, not great.
Yeah, definitely compared to the rest.
I don't know, although I guess technically the ending of Sora's branch was a good ending, but it was such an anomaly that I think even Iris was just like, I'm not touching this.
Well, I mean, technically they never got Yoichi even. They never even figured out it was him and Sora's.
That's true, you're right.
対抗力の低いミヤコとソラが倒れる中、根性だけで立ち上がった子よ。限界だったとしても、余力を振り絞って渾身の一撃を放つわよ、あの子なら。他に可能性があるとすれば、殺すことをためらった。ミヤコのように道徳心が高すぎればあり得るけれど、あの子に限って覚悟を決めていなかったとは思えないし。考えていても仕方ないわね。あの子、自分の能力を決して明かさなかった。おそらく誰にも心を許していなかった。
So what you're saying is we have to romance her to get her to win. Got it. I understand the assignment.
あの独特な言動も他者と自己の間に明確な境界線を引いているとも取れるし、イーリスの焦り具合から鍵は間違いなくあの子が握っている。どうやら知る必要がありそうね。心の内に隠したあの子の素顔を。問題はその方法よね。あの子かなり気難しそうだし。
I don't think she's that hard to please. You just have to buy her affection through parfaits.
やり方は任せるわ。きっとあなたなら何とかしてくれる。
Operation Parfait Queen is underway.
何よ、不満そうね。別に投げっぱなしにするつもりはないわよ。アドバイスしてあげる。決して選択をためらわないこと。空が消えた枝、遥たちが石化した枝、悲劇的な結末を迎えた枝をあなたは選定してきた。わかる？カケルを導くことで望まぬ運命をあなたは否定してきたのよ。空が消えたことも、カケルを残して全滅したことも、カケルが何度も死んだことも全部なかったことになっている。
Okay.
オーバーロードの力で。
I wasn't very clear about that because I kind of thought they just kind of kept going and there were realities
Me
where
too.
things just got terrible.
Yeah.
But I
me
guess
too, actually.
I guess Overlord just overwrites them instead of leaving them to continue down the path of destruction and sadness, which is a lot better than what I had thought.
Yes, actually.
世界の目を持つ私は観測できるけれど、悲劇的な運命のその先は存在しない。
Okay.
ただ残死が存在するだけ。あなたは運命を固定化することで、その残死へと分岐する可能性をゼロにできるというわけ。もう一度言うわよ。 望まぬ運命をあなたはなかったことにできるの。だから失敗を恐れないこと。誰かを死なせたら後味が悪いでしょうけど、それは飲み込みなさい。あとはそうね、カケルに干渉する際、特定の相手への感情と記憶は与えない方がいいわね。まっさらな状態が好ましい。判断を鈍らせるかもしれないから。まあくどくどと話しちゃったけど、結局今まで通りのやり方で問題ないってことね。喋りすぎて疲れたわね。頼んだわよ、ナイン。ここで吉報を待っているわ。
Okay, see you later. Thanks for the exposition. The face. Alright.
Wait, 3 different things.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Left to right?
Yeah, makes sense to me. Okie dokie. Let's see how we screw this one up. Whee! This is more complex than I had anticipated.
作戦は
The strategy is left to right. Didn't you see it?
Use Sora's ability to lay an ambush on the shrine ground. When the 3 appear, Miyako reads their mind with her ability.
犯人だと確定できたらアーティファクトを奪って無力化するだね。
Yeah, and if we get found out...
私の出番ね。
Yeah, I'm counting on you if that happens. Let's have Sora use her ability and wait in the shrine ground for them.
先に予防線張っておきたいのですが。
What's wrong?
今朝気づいたんだけど、人数増えるほど効果薄れる気がする。4人もいるから厳しい？全く効果なしにはならないと思うけど、1人か2人にかけた時よりもかなり弱くなると思う。補助のエンチャント範囲化すると効果がその分弱まる。そうそう、そんな感じです。だから能力があるからって油断してるとあっさり見つかったりするかも。
Now I see your point. Okay, if things go south, prioritize yourself and Miyako.
ミヤは
That's one more for the counter.
Yep, new counter, new game. Alright.
Cancel your power's effect on me. I'm a man, so I can manage. Yuki's strong too, right?
そうね、問題ない。
Alright, then let's go. Counting on you too, Miyako.
頑張るね。
We start walking into the shrine grounds. We only get a few steps in before realizing that Yuki isn't budging from where she stands, so we turn around.
What's wrong?
一つだけ。
Yeah?
九条さんの盾になってあげるつもりはない。あなたが私の能力を確認しないまま私を信頼したふりをしているのは単純にデコイが欲しかったから。私の力なんて最初から当てにしていない。
Ah, I was thinking this would be a good time to install those memories.
お？どうしたの？
I bit my tongue.
No. Oh, sorry, it's nothing. I never thought about using you as a decoy. I mean, I don't have the power to fight, so when a battle does break out, I'll need your power, Yuki. I'm relying on you as a fighter.
悪いけれど私はまだあなたを信用していない。
Alright, let's roll it back, try a different one. Yeah, I know. If I do anything you find suspicious, then you're free to do whatever you'd like.
言われるまでもなくそのつもり。あなたが悪ならば私が裁く。
There's nothing about us that's evil. Not in this branch. We don't even have the evil eye in this branch.
話は以上。行きましょう。
Mind if I ask you one thing?
何？
You're always using the word judge or, some variant. But what exactly does that entail? If you were to meet the Evil Eye's users, the culprit behind the petrification cases, for example...
相応の罰を与える。
But what does that mean?
What kind?
さあね、相手次第。
That's a lot of uncertainty.
Meaning you'd hold back if the person repented?
その質問の意図は何？そんなことを聞いてどうするの？
I want to know how ready you really are. If you lose your nerve when it's game time, we're all dead. If the person happens to be someone who can kill people without an ounce of guilt, and they try to kill all of us, then... Yuki, could you kill them? Can you fight to kill?
必要であれば、そうする。
By the way...
しつこい。まだあるの？
Look, we're on episode 4. Have you ever felt the need? Have you ever killed a bad person before?
I was thinking, have you ever felt the need for speed? Okay, I guess that's a no. So you were more of a Gran Turismo person, huh?
くだらない。
Nah, she's a Project Gotham person.
Ah, Crazy Taxi?
Let's go make some crazy money.
She spits out the words with a sigh, but the look on her face changes for a split second. Is that disgust? It may have only been for a second, but Yuki rarely ever breaks her stoic demeanor to show any form of emotion. Maybe she really is averse to the act of killing. Considering Yuki respects justice above all else, I can see that being the case here. But just like Sophie said, even if she opposes killing, I still can't say for sure if she was prepared to do it back in that other timeline. She was acting extremely strange back then. Opposed might not carry enough weight to accurately describe it. Maybe traumatized is more fitting? Yuki didn't answer my last question. Could it be that she's already killed someone and it psychologically scarred her? If that's so, then...
ちょっとニーニ、何してんの？
I'm pontificating, leave me alone.
Huh? Oh, right.
助っ人の人行っちゃったよ。
So will we.
いや、そりゃ行くよ。あんたを待ってたんだよ。
Right, my bad.
考え事？
What, haven't you ever seen a man soliloquy before? You could say that. Don't worry, it's no biggie.
I follow after Yuki before Sora starts digging any deeper. I catch up with Yuki, who's standing near the gate, and line up next to her. The Evil Eye's user, Yoichi, isn't here. No reason for me to be too cautious, but if I change my conduct too much, then I might end up adding a new branch for no reason.
どこに隠れる？
Sora, your ability?
もう使ってる。大きい声で話したらあっさりバレるかも。
What, it doesn't silence us too?
Roger that. I say we move from here to the edge of the...
待って。どうしました？
Yuki silently points. There's a noticeably darker shadow in the blackness. The third victim.
もういる？どうしよう。落ち着いて。まだこちらに気づいた様子はない。
Oh yeah, that's right, I had forgotten about this. It's the guy that they set up.
Who I'm still 99% sure is, what's his name?
Renya?
Yeah, thank you.
Ah. I try to retrace the words and actions in my memories as much as possible. I already know what's happened, but even so, I can't keep myself composed. I end up finding out that he wasn't a bad guy. And even though we didn't even become acquainted in this branch, my heart still aches. Oh, it was Renya, you were right.
いや、これ以上近づきたくないかも。
Gotcha.
この辺りでしばらく様子を見ようか。
Yeah, let's do that.
Yuki moves before I can finish my sentence. I wonder if this slight change in behavior is within the margin of safety. After all, my speech has already been subtly different.
You two, stay here.
でも、
It'll be fine. Sora, take care of her.
ほいほい。
I chase after Yuki. I get closer, step by step. The features of the shadows start to gradually get clearer. Are we going all the way up this time? Sure looks like it. A male statue. No doubt about it. This is Takamine. Takamine is dead.
知り合い？
No, I don't.
Liar!
そう。
Yuki observes the statue calmly. Wait, no. Yuki isn't composed either. She's been clenching her fists so tight that it's shaking. She's trying to be her usual self by hiding her intense emotions and playing things cool.
メモ？
Yuki finds a piece of paper and picks it up.
ダイイングメッセージ。いえ、違う。これは遺書ね。
Let me give it a read.
I take the note that she silently passes to me. I feel as though I'm being crushed under the weight of my sins. Before I lose my mind, I'm turning myself to stone and putting an end to it all.
そのメモを素直に信じるのならば、罪の意識に耐えかねて自分で自分を石にしたということになる。つまりこの男が石化の能力者。
If I deny her hypothesis, it'll probably end up making a new branch. But that's not really a good idea.
So you mean the third victim is the culprit himself?
そんな。
I hear Miyako's voice and turn around. Sora is with her, and they're looking down at the statue in astonishment.
これ、どういうこと？
この人、高坂先輩の記憶に神社で会っていた。
推測自体は当たっていたというわけね。
Yuki squats down and looks at the man's face.
あっけない幕引き。罪の意識に押しつぶされるのならば、初めから犯罪など犯さなければいいのに。この男はしっかりと裁かれるべきだった。自分だけ楽に行くなんて。
Actually, when you really stop and think about it now that we know about Renya's personality and how devoted he is to Yoichi, this probably really hurt. I don't know if he took one for the team to get people off of Yoichi's trail or what the deal was.
Or he got, like, betrayed. It's one of the two.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She spits, then stands up. Her voice sounds as disinterested as usual, and maybe it's because I noticed the emotion she tried to hide earlier, but I can hear a strong tinge of resentment in her comment.
私の仕事はこれで終わりね。
Yeah.
契約通り、報酬は支払ってもらう。1週間分。
No, my parfait budget!
As agreed, yes.
それじゃ、
Turning back, Yuki walks off. Miyako and Sora can't even watch her walk away as their eyes are glued to the petrified Takamine in disbelief.
幕引き。本当にこれで終わり？
Nope.
石像の記憶を読むのはさすがに無理？
ダメみたい。
そっか。これでもう誰も死なない？
そうだね。でもたとえ犯人自身でもまた死人が出てしまった。素直に喜べない。
Sora.
うん。初めて見たけど、なんかこれが人って実感が。
Try not to let it overwhelm you. Can you and Miyako go get Miss Naruse?
さつきちゃん？
Yeah. Call the cops while you're at it.
かけるくんは？
I'll search him for clues.
じゃあ私も。
No, please. Try to get some rest at Miss Naruse's place.
行こう、みやこ先輩。
うん。
Sora takes Miyako's hand and leaves the area. I wait until the two are out of sight and peer into Takamine's face. It's tranquil, extremely tranquil. I turn my eyes to the note. I feel as though I'm being crushed under the weight of my sins. Before I lose my mind, I'm turning myself to stone and putting it all to an end. A confession of guilt. This is a suicide note to pin the crimes on Takamine. Yoichi framed and killed Takamine in order to stop us, especially Miyako and her memory-reading powers, from investigating the murders any further. That's the natural conclusion for me to draw, but I suddenly wonder if Takamine was actually murdered. Takamine said without an ounce of hesitation that nothing would turn him against Yoichi. Not even learning that his childhood friend was a murderer made him break that stance. In fact, when it was uncovered that Yoichi was the user of the evil eye, Takamine wasn't fazed by the revelation at all. Knowing Takamine, he'd probably accept his own death in a similar stride. All if Yoichi so desires, that is. He probably wrote that suicide note on his own without even needing to be coerced. That's probably why he has such a tranquil expression on his face. At least, that's what I'm left to assume. After all, the Evil Eye's user committed suicide, or at least that's the conclusion Yoichi set up. Yoichi probably isn't going to be clumsy enough to have his crimes come to light again. Even so, I'll be able to expose Yoichi's identity since I have my memories from different branches. But I can't consider that a good idea. Even if we manage to make it to Iris, I'd just be digging my own grave, since we don't have Kosaka-senpai's aid in this branch. We don't stand a chance against Iris unless we can get the boost from Senpai's power. We'd get pulverized, and that'd be it. Plus, Yuki doesn't trust us at all in this branch, so getting to know more about her seems like it'd be difficult. I had kind of hoped it'd be one of those cases where she would listen exactly because she doesn't trust us, but I wouldn't say I gained nothing from all this, but I can't say that it proved effective. I take a short breath and stand.
Sophie, you there?
もちろん。
Sophie appears from a rift immediately after I call for her. This is the end. I should wander around so that a branch doesn't split for no reason.
と強くならなくちゃ。
All right, so we're making some progress. On to the next scene. Wee. Na 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 Yuki's route.
Yuki.
Ah,
時間通りね。
I wasn't expecting that.
Whoa.
A murmur comes from behind me. She came from the tree. I turn around to see Yuki step out from behind a tree. What's with that weird entrance? And what does she mean by right on time? We never agreed on a time to meet. I guess she's already gotten into her Chuni persona.
振り向かないで。正面を向いたまま話して。
Huh? Why?
どこで奴らが見ているかわからない。私たちが手を組んだと悟られない方がいい。
And if we turn around, she'll see that we're covered in dots. Clearly we have some sort of infection.
Okay. Pentapox? I think I've heard of that.
You do realize anyone walking by can see you there, right? In fact, even if I don't turn around, it's going to be obvious to anyone who sees us that the two of us are talking. But if I point that stuff out, she'll probably just do something even crazier, so I'll play along.
昨夜のエンプレスと会っているそうね。
Huh? Yeah, my sister is. Kucher's there for support too.
目的は
Huh? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
目的
Oh, no clue. She just said she wanted to be friends with Sora.
仲良くエンプレスなんて名乗っている割には可愛らしいことを言うのね。
Except for when she's playing zombie games.
Sorry, but...
I can't hear you!
何
You're so quiet, I can't hear you.
Sighing, Yuki walks over and sits beside me. Yeah, you don't actually care if people see us talking, do you? Knew it.
It reminds me of, do you ever see the, first Shazam movie?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At the end when the guy's giving his villain speech, and they're both, like, in the air, but he's really far away, and when you see it from Shazam's perspective, he can't hear anything. It's like, yeah, that's actually how it'd be.
Mm-hmm.
男性が苦手だそうね。
Yeah, that's what her message said.
手よくあなたを排除しただけじゃ。
I mean, it's possible, but I'm the main character.
True.
But there'll be a crowd at 9 Ball, so I don't think she'll try anything funny there.
どうかしらね。
If anything happens, I'll rush over.
賢明ね。ならば速やかに済ませましょう。
But I haven't even installed my memories yet. She takes out her phone and fiddles with it for a bit. A second later, my phone buzzes.
データを送った。確認を。
I obediently take out my smartphone and look at her message. Oh, nice.
You got a picture of them?
ええ。あなたたちと問答をしている間に撮っておいた。かなり不鮮明だけれど。
It was pretty dark out, so I can't blame you. Oh, thanks though. This will make it much easier to look for them.
ということは、エンプレス以外はまだ特定できていないのね。
Yes, but that will change within the next, I don't know, 2 minutes?
Yeah, I'm thinking they're third years, but...
そう。私はフードの女を調べていた。少なくとも私と同学年ではないようだけれど。ただ、クホーの生徒ではないと、まだ断言はできない。顔が半分程度しか見えないし、判断材料が少なすぎる。
I'll keep digging into the girl, but my priority is figuring out who Commander is.
ええ。本名や住所が特定できれば、交渉材料くらいにはなる。
It'd be nice if they're the kind of guys who get spooked just because we learn their identity.
名前や顔を隠すのは後ろめたい証。個人情報が彼らへの抑止力となるのなら徹底的に利用すべき。
With that, Yuki gets to her feet.
Going already?
ええ、要件は以上よ。
Here we go, finally. I hate it when that happens.
どうしたの？
Oh, sorry, it's nothing.
体調が悪いなら帰って休んだ方がいい。
I'm fine. It's nothing serious.
そう。それじゃあ、
Hey, mind if we talk a little longer?
なぜ？
Well, because we're technically teammates, I think we should try to get to know each other. I'm not saying we should get overly close with each other, but you know, for the sake of teamwork, being a more cohesive unit, stuff like that. I still have some worries, personally speaking, not knowing anything about our leader.
お
That's a compelling argument.
そうね。
She sits back down on the bench. It looks like she reacted to the word leader. She must feel some sense of responsibility for sweeping us up into this Valhalla society of hers. Alright, getting her to stay is the first part, so time for the second.
それで何を聞きたいの？
Oh, right. I want to know about you.
私の何？
What's your favorite color?
Hard to say. I just have a vague urge to learn about you. Oh, I know. You know a lot about anime, right?
それなりには。
What anime are you into?
うーん
Huh? Are you not that into anime after all?
No, that's just a really hard question.
考えていただけ。あなたが知らないアニメを答えても反応に困るでしょうし。
I think I'll more or less know. I mean, I've been watching a lot on streaming sites ever since I started living on my own.
どのサイト？
Oh, there's a few, but I mainly use Netflix.
それなら最近のアニメが中心ね。
Oh, I've been watching a lot of classics nowadays. I watched that Code Geass show.
That one's pretty close, actually.
Actually, yes.
Do it! What?
Nani? Well, that was a hell of a reaction.
Yeah, no kidding.
あれは名作。3周はしてる。
Where did you even pull the cat eyes and cat ears from?
I'm still in the middle, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's refreshing to see a protagonist without a pure and just moral code.
Very true.
そうね。主人公のハルーシュは私も好きなキャラクター。
Halouche.
Wow, that's surprising.
何が？
I thought you'd be all about the other guy. I mean, you know, his best friend Hazuko, striving for justice and all that. Halush really does anything he can to accomplish his goals, right? I wouldn't think that really lines up with your principles.
主義と好みは別。
Well, I'm not saying there aren't, but I can see the resemblance character-wise.
そう？
Well, kind of, like you have a similar demeanor.
Flattery. She has the same blank expression as usual, but it looks like she's finally starting to loosen up. Is that a bit of joy I'm seeing? I knew Yuki was easier to figure out than she seemed. But now I'm lost. I'm willing to accept that principles and tastes are different, but... yeah, the image of Yuki in my mind is straight-laced and rigid. And aside from the times where she truly has no choice, she's fixated on doing things with honor.
アニメのキャラクターに憧れてこんな性格になったと思っているかもしれないけれど。
The thought did cross my mind.
Huh? You mean you didn't?
違う。強くあろうとそう心がけていただけ。全く影響を受けなかったとは言わないけれど、強いて目標となったキャラクターを上げるのなら、憧れたのは私じゃなくて、
It'd be...
話しすぎた。
Oh, don't leave us hanging like that. She cuts the conversation short and stands up.
何か分かったらまた連絡する。
Sure. Thanks for the photo.
礼なんて必要ない。私たちはバルハラソサイエティの仲間なんだから。
Puts thanks back in pocket.
Yuki says this as cool as a cucumber before leaving. She's just trying to be strong, huh? If she's not admiring an anime character or something, then why is she trying to be strong? I've always thought that she had an overactive Chuni imagination, and turned out that way, but it looks like that's not the case. I guess she's not just a stereotypical Chuni. As antisocial as she may be, she's surprisingly conscientious of who she's speaking to when she speaks. Even though she's uptight, when I try to meet her halfway, she tends to loosen herself up. I'm guessing that if I keep my bias out of this and take my time to interact with her, she'll open up more of her heart to me. Once I do, I'm sure she'll reveal the latter half of that sentence she didn't finish. That being said, in any case, I've got what seems to be the trick to interacting with Yuki, but the question is if I should stick to this branch. I can't say that things are at their best here. I can probably put things back on course, but they wouldn't necessarily go according to plan. Well, that's what happens when you try to manipulate destiny to your will. Man, I've got a pretty crazy task on my shoulders.
Now then.
I take out my phone and look at the message Sora sent me a few minutes ago to see that her talk with Kosaka-senpai is over. I head to 9-ball. I decide to play it safe as to not needlessly split off any branches. But we're going back. One more, for good measure.
Uno más. Uno más.
Whoa! I'm jumping all over the place. It's been about 40 minutes or so since they left. Just as the sky turns totally dark, Kosaka-senpai and Yuki return to my place ahead of the others. They plop down with a bag filled with an assortment of snacks and drinks.
Oh, where's Sora and Kujo?
肉が高かったと。
Meat.
In this economy.
別のお店の方が安いかもって。だから私たちだけ先に帰ってきた。
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, considering Kujo's the one in charge of shopping.
彼女って
Yeah, she's the frugal type.
That's an understatement.
意外ね。コロナグループの令嬢なのに。いいお嫁さんになりそう。
Maybe.
にみさんは九条さんみたいな。あ、いえ。トイレ借りても。
Sure, go ahead.
ありがとうございます。
Senpai exits the living room, and Yuki sits down right across from me.
ピザは
Maybe another 15 minutes? I just ordered them. Don't want them to get here when they're too cold.
そう。帰り道。はるかに相談をされた。
What you... Oh, wait, I guess I shouldn't pry.
詳しく話すつもりはないけれど。はるかは使い物にならないかもしれない。
Huh?
怯えている自分の力に。
Why?
いえ、聞かなかったことにして少しおせっかいが過ぎた。ただ失敗が許されないミッションならはるかは外すべきだと思う。
Did she say that to you?
いいえ。
Then I'm gonna pretend this conversation never happened, just like you suggested.
Even though this is the second time we've heard this conversation.
そう。
Not happy with that?
同意していたら見損なっていた。
So you were testing me.
そう。どうかしら。
Yuki chuckles nonchalantly. Normally, I would have given up on trying to deal with her and just awkwardly laughed back, but memories were installed.
Oh. 何?
Hey, you didn't go this time.
I just remembered something I wanted to ask. His left eye is just twitching.
Twitch, twitch. You good? I'm good. Nose bleeds slightly. Ignore that.
私に?
Yeah, I've been thinking about how your power is still a mystery to me.
G オーダーの
Is still a mystery.
Are you still unable to trust us?
そういうわけじゃないけれど。
In that case, will you tell me? I mean, you can wait until everyone else comes back if you want.
話せない。
Why not?
かっこいいから。
It's... what?
That's a dumb reason.
秘密にした方がかっこいい。
Oh my gosh. What the hell is she talking about? Looking all smug.
It's cooler.
そう。できる限りもったいぶりたい。
Huh? That's the reason you're hiding it? Not because you can't trust us, because you want to put on an act.
ええ。
Quite. More like you're quite the piece of work saying that. We're at a critical stage, ma'am. The final stage, where we all rush out to fight the last boss, in fact.
言われなくても分かってる。
Then spill it.
なぜ?
Why?
話す必要がある?
Of course. How else do we establish teamwork?
But this is more dramatic.
G オーダーの力を話したところで連携は取れない。これは私のみで完結した力。誰かを巻き込むこともない。だから話す必要はない。
Well, if you're so opposed to divulging it.
Then no pizza for you.
ただ、おちゃらけずに正直に打ち明けると。
Can I still be Saren friends?
Aw, man, I thought you were going to go, but you don't have to be Frank. You're already Yuki. But I knew you were going to make the joke.
Of course. Cut the joke. Wait, that was your idea of a joke just now?
そういうの声に出さない方がいいと思うけど。
There's a lot of stuff you say that should be kept to yourself.
Right, sorry. Please continue.
信頼していないわけじゃない。G オーダーのことを話してもいい。
At least you didn't say the order.
他者の主観が入ってしまうことを極力避けたいの。
Now, just for clarity, you're talking about your power and not the pizza order, right?
Outside opinion?
ええ。G オーダーの発動条件はとても不確かなの。だから私なりの基準を作っている。他者からこれなら発動できるでしょと働きかけられて、もし私がその言葉に流されて基準を曲げてしまったら。
Worst case, your powers go berserk or something?
そうね。 そう解釈してもらっていい。
Ah, so that's why things didn't work.
I read you. So you can stop people in their tracks for a few minutes, among other things, I assume. Your power comes across as having a lot of utility, but maybe it changes effects depending on how it fulfills its activation requirements or something.
少し違うけれど、そう思ってもらっていい。
Or you could just clarify so we don't have to guess.
G オーダーはとても強力だから、トリガーを誰かに委ねたくない。
Okay, I won't try to force it out of you, but do you mind if I ask you one final question?
答えられる質問なら。
We'll be able to get away without fighting Iris if things go our way, but I can't be too optimistic about that, so I think we should assume this will boil down to a fight. But I don't want to get too pessimistic either. I'm just saying, if we do get a chance, we take down Iris. No, I'll come out. I'll come right out and say it. I want to kill her. That's the bottom line. Well, Yuki.
イーリスを野放しにすれば、私たちだけじゃなく、この町の世界中の人々が死ぬ。そうでしょ？
Yeah, that's her plan.
説得できる相手とも思えない。改心するとはとても。ならばやるしかないわね。私たちで神を滅する。
Ooh. She says that with conviction. Her eyes are filled with determination. At least, that's how it looks to me. It's just like Sophie said. Yuki is already prepared to do what needs to be done. Nevertheless, what happened back there with her being unable to move? Maybe she just reached her physical limit after all? Or maybe... I was hoping that with a little luck I could solve the problem and proceed to beat Iris, but it doesn't seem like things will be going that smoothly. Senpai comes back into the room looking somewhat apologetic.
すみません、お話中に。
Wait, were you waiting for the right time to come back into the room?
Actually, I clogged the toilet. Sorry.
はい。真面目な雰囲気だったので。
Sorry for making you worry over that.
Pizza's here!
ただいま。ただいま。
Oh, you two made it back. Welcome back.
ただいま。ごめんね、遅くなっちゃった。もうね、みゃーこ先輩主婦。周辺の安い店把握してる。完全に主婦。
So, like, in my head, when I read the line, "Sup, y'all," from Sora, it's "Sup, y'all."
Howdy, y'all!
ごめんね、付け合わせちゃって。高坂先輩も結城先輩もすみません。荷物持ってもらっちゃって。
そのために同行したのだから気にしないで。
With everyone assembled, we can get this party started.
Yeah.
In a few hours' time, we'll have to fight Iris. I feel bad for everyone else, but it's probably a good idea if I don't tell any of them that I know what will be happening after this. If Iris managed to find that out, then she might try to do something I wouldn't expect and split off another branch. And I want to be able to read what she'll do in order to avoid the worst possible outcome, too. I might not be able to change the result, even if we keep going down this path. Still, I at least need to prevent Yuki from getting killed. After all, I can start things over even if she does die. I'm going to do whatever it takes to seize the best possible future, even if it's not perfect. And we're going back! Question is, where do we jump from here? Probably another conversation, it seems.
戻ったわね。お帰りなさい。
Okay, I think this is a good place to stop the episode because how great is it to come back with this screen?
That's true.
I like it. This game is already far more complicated than I was expecting.
Way more. It is like, you know how we joke that like, why would you be coming and watching this if you have not seen episodes 1 through 3?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, I'm sure it'll just catch you up. This would be nigh incomprehensible if you did not watch 1 through 3.
It would be so confusing because there's, other than the exposition of sort of setting up where we stand as 9 and our relationship with Kakeru.
Yeah, and I guess technically when you go to the select screen, you could just take your time and read basically each scene.
Yeah,
right?
it's a summary,
yeah.
but it's not nuanced at all because you could get the bits and pieces. I could see it being really good if there was a significant release gap between episode 3 and episode 4, but just jumping into episode 4 would be super confusing. It would just be like, okay, you've gotten thrown into the deep end all the way. But I do have to give them credit because it has kind of the recap of things without it feeling quite as ham-fisted as when you restart episode 1, and you basically have to retrace your steps through most of the beginning of the story. But I understand why they did it like that. I feel like every game, they get the pace a little bit better. Although I still think, character-wise, episode 2 set the bar pretty high.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where we're going to be jumping to next, but we've got a few more jumps to go before we actually get on to the full Yuki branch, I guess. I'm assuming at some point it will split off into its own thing, but...
Yeah, I think probably... So we went through and went to 3 separate branches that they directed us to.
Right.
None of them worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think we're going to try to create the new branch by romancing Yuki. I think that's literally the next step.
I mean,
probably
makes sense to me. Well, I don't know if romancing it's going to be the way we get there, or if it's going to be something that the romance develops along the way. I feel like that's probably more likely.
That's probably true. It's not like Sophie is going to be like...
You've got to romance her if you want a chance to survive.
Yep.
Well, and it's interesting too because I feel like of all of the routes we've done so far, Kujo and Kakeru have some natural chemistry that they build up. Obviously, Sora has a long unrequited crush on him, and then Haruka develops a crush on him pretty early in her route as well. Mm-hmm. But Yuki, as far as we can tell, has no romantic interest in him whatsoever prior to this game. So we're almost going to be starting from scratch, but at least we kind of have some tools.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's all I've got. Do you have anything else?
No. Pretty good.
Cool.
I'm really liking it so far.
Me too. It's got a lot of the nuance of the previous games, but somehow they managed to introduce some new elements that fit in. And I like it a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you in the next one. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.